Hey everybody, this is Brad from Johnson Small Engines, better known as the one-handed mechanic. If I can do it, you can too. Today we are working on a Craftsman YT3000. As you can see, I already have taken the mower deck off, and if you guys need to know how to do that, I will put that in I have a video on that I'll put in the link in the description below. But today I'm going to show you guys, in my opinion, how to install a transmission drive belt. And for me to be able to show you, I need to get this up in the air so you guys can see this properly. So we'll be right back. Okay, so I have this up in the air, and they actually have a diagram on how that belt goes, which is actually very nice. A lot of the machines had that, some of them didn't. As far as getting this belt off, right now the clutch is engaged, so what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and put the brake on, which should disengage the clutch, which will loosen up the belt. Okay, so that made this belt extremely loose, which is, it's supposed to be that loose when it's in the disengaged position. And also, if you have any pulleys that are going bad, this is the time to do it. All right, as far as getting this belt off, the hardest part is getting it probably around the transmission fan without breaking the fan. And also up top here, we do have to get it out and around. And you might be able to sneak it by there, but then you have to come down over the engine pulley and then take it around the transmission drive, the transmission fan. So what I'm going to do is makes it a little bit easier. And if you guys have power tools, I'm going to take the engine pulley down, and that should be a 5/8 socket. Now if it's not seized on the engine, you should be able to wiggle this off. Okay, which is good. It's real easy to do now. I know a lot of you guys are going to ask me, how do you hold this and get the bolt out? Power tools has been a blessing. I've been using power tools all my life. You could possibly put a pipe wrench up into this collar here, right here, and hold it up there, but you'll have to figure it out, unless you can try to sneak the belt around this pulley, but you have this guide right here, and it can get pretty tough. So I just want to show you how that I do it, and then you guys can go from there. Now, when you put this back on again, you can see a little divot right here. Inside there is a key, and it's actually just pressed in at the factory, and you have to make sure you line up that key in there with the shaft keyway. Okay, so make sure even when you put it up in there that they line up, and then it'll slide right up there. Also, use some Never Seize lubricant up on the shaft so you can get it on and off for the next time. Now you can easily push this below and pull it through the back. And it's pretty straightforward here. It only goes on the inside right here, and it comes down to this pulley here, and you can just pop it right out of this guide. Pretty easy. Comes down. There's nothing hindering it from up top there. And as you can see how it is on the diagram there. And also this guide here, you're just gonna push it between here, pull it, pop it out of there. The hard part, like I said, is we have to go down behind the fan, and I try to roll it around the back, and it should come right out. And you have to be careful you don't break the fins off. Okay, so now the belt, as you can see, this belt, it's actually very thin, but see the cracks in it? Those cracks it's just from a lot of use. It might be original. Now, as far as getting the correct belt, I don't necessarily use the OEM for transmission drive belts because they're pretty straightforward. So you can use an aftermarket belt. Just be careful what aftermarket belt you get. The Tribe system seems to hold up pretty well with aftermarket belts. I've had good luck through the years. This is my new belt here. I always suggest putting the old belt and the new belt together, and I can already tell that the old belt's been stretched, and the new belt, it's a little bit shorter, which it should be. We're going to go ahead and put it in reverse, but I'll put on the screen the bottom number of this machine, and then I'll put the part number that I used for this belt, for this machine, you have to push it behind the fan and make sure and it should pull up just like so. The belt is around both sides of the pulleys, and then you're going to go, at this point I'll go straight up through the back side here, and I'll just kind of hook it on the engine shaft right there. I'll come back down here. The V goes into the V of a pulley, and the flat goes into a flat. We have a V pulley here, a V pulley here, and a flat pulley here. So you have a V side and you have a flat side. So I'm gonna put the V. This comes straight back from the transmission right here, push it in. That goes straight up. This side here, another V. You're gonna put this side in like that, and then you have a flat spot here on the flat pulley, so you have a flat part of the belt here. So that's pretty much it for that. We're gonna go ahead and find our location right here for the key, and then we're gonna slide it up into the shaft. Now, I'm also gonna put the belt on first, like that, and then it takes a little figuring out, but it should slide up, okay? Once you're up, put your long bolt in, and again, it's 5/8 socket. It's on there. Now, at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and disengage or let go of the brake. Disengage the brake so the clutch will engage. Come back down, make sure that you're not rubbing against anything up in here, and I can't really show you that up in there, but it goes straight back from the engine pulley, straight back to the transmission drive pulley, and then just comes up through here and through here. This one curves around over, and pretty much that's it for how to replace the transmission drive. I'm gonna go ahead and put this down, and I'm gonna show you the model number on the back of the tractor that you would need to find your correct belt. Okay, so I have it back down on the ground. I'm gonna show you that when you look up parts for your machine, you wanna go ahead and use the model number off the tag here, which is 917-288-515. You take that over. I usually use Sears Parts Direct to look up the part number. And then once you have the part number, then you can go online and find either the OEM belt for that or the aftermarket belt. Like I said, I do use aftermarket belts for transmission drives on most of these. They normally don't have many issues with the aftermarket belts. Pretty much sums it up for how to install a transmission drive belt on a YT3000 Craftsman. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, share my channel with your friends, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.